Hi, thanks for joining me today. I thought I'd try something a little different. So rather than sharing techniques that can sometimes be in the abstract, I thought I would share with you some of the learning that I've had in my coaching sessions over the past few months. So by that I mean the sessions that I have with my own coach. I have gotten into the habit of writing down wise things that he says during our sessions, and also writing down things realizations that I have during the session. Now, just let me be clear, I was already in the habit of doing those. I mind map each session, and I keep them in different, I've got a bit of a filing system going on, so depending on what the session addressed, I can go back and revisit my notes, as it were. But on top of that, what I like to do is put some of the best golden nuggets of wisdom and insight onto post-it notes, and I then stick them above my desk. So whether I am giving a coaching session, doing some brainstorming, writing my book, working on my blog, whatever it is, when I look up, there are, at the moment there are about 20 pure nuggets of wisdom, and I just scan around and find the one I want for that moment. So I thought I would share some of those with you today. So for instance, there's the one that always makes me laugh, and that's the one where my coach sent me an email that said, "Wow, when two amazing women connect, world, look out." And that was referring to me and one of his other coaching clients. The two of us have gotten together and formed a mastermind group. So we are doubling, squaring to the power of 10ing our wisdom and motivation by coming together once a week. So that's the one that makes me laugh, world look out. And there is another one. This came about when I just had some worries about getting everything done in my business and in the rest of my life. I absolutely love delegating. In my business, I work with people to do copywriting for me and technical things. I have people who guest post on my blog, all sorts of things. So I love to delegate. It's brilliant. That said, there was a time when I guess I wasn't delegating enough because I was worrying about all the exciting things I wanted to do in my business and when was I going to get them all done. And one of the things I wanted to do was to listen to some webinars and learn more techniques, and I was a bit resistant to doing it. I kept not doing it, and my coach said more isn't always more, and I love that. So that's a little reminder to have as well as having the to-do list, have a do-not-do list. And a third one, another one that I really connect with, is, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but maybe somebody gives you some advice, or you read something online or in a book, and it's a technique for how to do something, and you can see it makes sense, but just something about it doesn't feel right for you. When you go to do it, you feel, I just really don't want to do this, or your energy level drops. And so what my coach said there was, trust yourself and your intuition. And I love that. Anytime I'm feeling that tension, I'll just reread that post-it note and it's really clear which way to go. So a fourth one is, yes, I remember what this was about. I was pitching for some work and I was very nervous the day beforehand, and all I could think about was, oh gosh, what if they want this, what if they want that, what if they want something else, I haven't done those things. And my coach said to me, think about all the things you can do and all the skills you do have that are really useful. In other words, focus on what you do rather than what you don't. And I love that, and I reuse that one all the time. So another one would be, yes, I remember the day my coach and I talked about this actually. It was before I'd gotten into the habit of delegating, and I was talking about how I didn't enjoy doing certain things, and my to-do list was just growing longer and longer, and how could I fit in having a great business with having a great marriage and seeing my friends and spending time with my pets and looking after my home and doing my creative projects and all these kind of things. So my coach and I were looking at my business at one particular point in the conversation, and I sometimes work with other coaches as well as my main coach, and so on this occasion it was a female coach that I was working with, and she said, what do you truly love to do? What are you really good at? Whichever aspect of life it is, focus on your core genius. So for me, that's coaching and writing and creative thinking and coming up with new programs and products and projects and new directions for my business. It's less the technical stuff, it's definitely not copywriting and so on. So that was just great, focusing on my core genius and realising that I could actually serve people better by coaching them rather than by trying to write excellent copy for my website. Just freed me up to start delegating and start bringing people in that would do these things better than me and faster than me. And the same goes, for the rest of your life as well. Yes, you could spend 3 hours scrubbing your house from top to toe, or a room from top to toe, or you could get some help on that. You could struggle decluttering your house or your closet, or you could speak with a clutter coach, for instance, and they love doing that kind of stuff, and they will really help you through it as well. So it was just that thing about focusing on what you really love and what you're really good at. What's another one? Yes. I'd been really excited about something I was going to do, and then suddenly, when it all happened and it was all agreed and put in place, then suddenly I started to feel like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And the funny thing was, I actually did want to do it. And my coach, it was the female one again, she asked me, what's the silver lining in this situation? And I kept asking myself that, and I kept coming up with new things. And by the time I'd finished, I'd completely changed my mindset again, and I'd connected with why I wanted to do it in the first place, so that was great. And one of my cats was recently diagnosed with a terminal illness, which was obviously, a sad occasion, but I applied it again. What's the silver lining? And can you believe I found several? It's sharpened my appreciation of her. It's made sure that I get quality time with her every day. It's made me appreciate health more and all the great things in my life. And also how this can be some ways that I can show my love for her in practical ways. What's another one? Going back to my main coach again. So he was reflecting back to me on the energy that he's hearing in my tone of voice. And he said to me, hey, you're so in the zone. And I started to say, yeah, I am. And then I remembered, hey, I'm the Sea Change coach. My business is Your Sea Change Life. I love to use examples from the oceans and sea life to help people get a handle on their lives and how they can improve them. And I said to him, you know what? I'm not in the zone, I'm in the surf zone. So whatever your zone is, maybe you're in the love zone, maybe you're in the cookery zone, maybe you're in the painting zone, maybe you're in the accountancy zone, whatever it is, know what your zone is and be in that. Every time I look at that post-it note, my energy goes woo, and I love it. And what's another one? Yes, a really useful one. It's about remembering what we're responsible for and in the world, and where our responsibility and our control ends. So this was so wise, and my coach said this to me, and I believe it comes from the coach that he works with and who he trained with, which was Jack Canfield. So he says the things that we are responsible for and that we have control over are our thoughts, our behaviour, and our mental images. So we could choose to have negative thoughts about something, like I talked about earlier that I was doing, or we can see it in a positive light. We can create images of worrying, oh, if I give that presentation, it might go really badly. Or we can have a mental picture of it going really well and people loving what we're saying. And then our behaviour, how we treat people, how we talk to them, whether we go to the gym or stay on the sofa. All of these things are behaviour that is under our control. And do I have another one? Ah, yes. And do you know what's just about to happen? One of my cats is about to join us. So she's moved on now, so I will carry on. So the final post-it note that I'd love to share with you is intuition. And a British politician once said, I think he was asked, what's the best way that we can promote Britain and develop the next generation? And he said, education, education, education. So I took that, and just to bring home that message about intuition more firmly to me, I said intuition, 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 and that's my final post-it note. So thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Feel free to share with me your thoughts on these videos or the blog, either at my YouTube channel, Your Sea Change Life, or on my website, yourseachangelife.com/blog.